Hi children, good morning. Today in this class we are going to learn a new chapter, trigonometry. Let us study a small introduction part of trigonometry and then we are going to solve the problems in this chapter trigonometry. Okay. Children, in our daily life we can measure the heights, distances and slopes by using some mathematical techniques. Such type of mathematical techniques which come under a branch of mathematics is called trigonometry. Okay. In the chapter trigonometry or in the concept trigonometry, we can find the heights, distances and slopes by using some trigonometric ratios. Okay, so trigonometry is the study of relationships between the sides and angles of a triangle. So children, in this concept of trigonometry we can find the lengths of sides of a triangle, and also we can find the angles of triangles by using the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so generally trigonometry is a Greek word which comes from the Greek word trigonon metron. So trigonon means triangle and metron means measures. So look at here, trigonometry from Greek trigonon, that is trigonon means triangle. So trigonometry is comes from the Greek word trigonon. Trigonon means triangle and metron means measure. So trigonometry is a word which comes from the trigonon metron. In this trigonon metron we have two words. Trigonon means triangle, metron means measures. Okay, so trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that studies relationships between the lengths and angles of triangles. Okay, look at here some trigonometric ratios. So children, you know that this is a right angle triangle. Is the concept trigonometry is a concept which deals the right angle triangles. So look at here, this is the right angle triangle, right angle at C. You know that the side opposite to the right angle is hypotenuse and the remaining are sides. Okay, so the ratios of the sides of a right angle triangle with respect to its acute angles are called trigonometric ratios. So what are trigonometric ratios? The ratios of the sides of a right angle triangle with respect to its acute angles are called trigonometric ratios. Children, trigonometric ratios are based on the acute angles. So by taking acute angles we can derive the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so this is a right angle triangle, here a right angle and the remaining two angles are acute angles. By taking acute angles we can derive the trigonometric ratios. So we have 6 types of trigonometric ratios and they are sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant and cot. So let's observe here what is sine. So here A and B are acute angles. By using acute angle A, I wrote some ratios, and by using the remaining acute angles you can write the same angles also. That's your homework. So let's watch the acute angle A. So by using acute angle A we can derive sin A. Sin A means opposite side to angle A by hypotenuse. Children, you have to by heart these problems, these formulae. Okay, because total chapter is based on these formulae. Okay, sin A means opposite side to angle A by hypotenuse. So here acute angle A, so we can derive sine ratio by taking the ratios between opposite side to angle A. So here acute angle is A, opposite side to angle A by hypotenuse. So what is opposite side to angle A? Here vertex A. The opposite side to angle A is BC. So that's why BC by AB. And cos A. Cos A means adjacent side to angle A. So here angle A is here. Adjacent side to this angle is AC. Okay, by hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is AB. So that's why AC by AB. Okay, so tan A. Now coming to the third one, that is tan A. Tan A formula is, you can write sin A by cos A. Sometimes we need this formula and sometimes we need formula which is involved in the sides. Okay, tan A means sin A by cos A. So what is the sin A? Sin A, we have already learned it. Sin A means opposite side by hypotenuse. And what is cos A? Just look at the above, adjacent side to angle A by hypotenuse. Here hypotenuse get cancelled here. So the remaining values are opposite side to angle A by adjacent side to angle A, or you can write opposite side by adjacent side. Okay, so tan A means opposite side to angle A by adjacent side to angle A. Simply we can say that tan formula is opposite side by adjacent side. Okay, now cosecant A. Cosecant A. Okay, actually this name is cosecant A, so we can pronounce it cosecant A. So that is cosecant A means hypotenuse by opposite side to angle A. Children, if you learn first three formulas, you can write the remaining three formulas, because cosecant A is a multiplicative inverse of sin A. So look at here sin A means opposite side to angle A by hypotenuse. If you change the numerator as denominator and denominator as the numerator, you will get the cosecant A. So hypotenuse by opposite side to A. So if you change this numerator as denominator, denominator as numerator, you will get the cosecant A. So that's why cosecant A is hypotenuse by opposite side to angle A. So what is hypotenuse here? AB. AB by opposite side to angle A is BC. That's why BC. Now secant A. Secant A means hypotenuse by adjacent side to angle A. So secant A is the multiplicative inverse of cos A. Okay. So if you change the numerator as denominator, denominator as numerator, you will get this secant A. That is secant A is hypotenuse by adjacent side to angle A. So what is hypotenuse here? AB. AB by adjacent side to angle A is AC. Okay. And the last ratio is cot. Okay, cot means cotangent. We can pronounce it cot A. So cot A is cos A by sin A. So actual formula of cot is cos A by sin A. But we learned it, cos A is adjacent side by hypotenuse and sin A is opposite side by hypotenuse. Here hypotenuse get cancelled. The remaining value is adjacent side by opposite side. So we can write cot A as adjacent side to angle A by opposite side to angle A. So write the sides also. What is adjacent side to angle A? Adjacent side to angle A is AC and opposite side to angle A is BC. That's why AC by BC. That is AC by BC. Okay, write these notes also. I already told you that multiplicative inverse of sin A is cosecant A. So these are correlated. If you write the multiplicative inverse of sin A, it will be cosecant A, and the multiplicative inverse of cos A is secant A. Okay, if you change the ratios of cos A, you will get secant A, and the multiplicative inverse of tan A is cot A. Okay, multiplicative inverse of sin A is cosecant A, or multiplicative inverse of cosecant A is sin A. Multiplicative inverse of cos A is secant A, or multiplicative inverse of secant A is cos A. Multiplicative inverse of tan A is cot A, or multiplicative inverse of cot A is tan A. Okay. Okay, children, read this formula, because these formula are very important to solve the exercise 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Read the definitions and formula. In next class we will continue our class by solving some problems. Okay.